Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah. So how are you feeling, my friend?
I think it's actually pretty interesting that my husband and I have shared roots.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. And I think it's great for our children to know this information. I guess it's a fact of life that this is how some people made their living, on the backs of others.
Fact of life. Interesting change of tune.
He questioned Sunny's moral lectures and her tendency to look down on people without college degrees, arguing that wisdom doesn't come from a diploma alone. Then Rogan turned the spotlight back on her. Suddenly, the confidence she projected was being tested, and the question became whether she could stand by her own arguments when they were turned against her. The laughter had barely faded when the mood changed. Rogan came in with a sharper tone, calling out what he saw as Sunny's habit of speaking from a position of moral authority. But when that same criticism was turned toward her,
Sunny Hostin of The View finds out that this is fantastic. She is descended from slaveholders. Here's what she said when she went out on The View.
Really reluctant to do it because I just sensed that there could be something in my family history that would be disappointing. But what I found out was that my mother's family, while they are Puerto Rican, they actually originate from Spain. And the reason that they moved to Puerto Rico is because the slave trade had been sort of canceled in Spain and then Curacao, and then they moved all of their slaves to Puerto Rico. And so the family business, I had been told that they were printers and journalists. I still believe in reparations, by the way, so y'all can stop texting me and emailing me and saying that I'm a white girl and that I don't deserve reparations.
Okay, I'm not going to text you or email you, but it's true.
Rogan argued. The response suddenly became more defensive. Then he took the argument a step further, pointing to what he believed was a deeper contradiction. What started as a discussion about ancestry suddenly felt like something much bigger. A moment of uncomfortable reckoning played out right in front of the cameras. And just when the laughter started to peak, Gutfeld came back with another punchline. Now we understand why she makes Whoopi get the coffee. It was absurd, theatrical, and sharp all at once. Suddenly, Sunny wasn't the one doing the accusing. She had become the center of the joke.
You're right. Anytime she says something stupid, I'm going to go, slave owner! Lou, is this karma or what?
Well, first, I just want to go on the record to let everyone know that I am very much against slavery.
Okay, good.
Very brave to say that on this panel. Karma, definitely. I mean, it's one thing. It's going to be so awkward on new episodes of The View when she tries to pull the race card.
Yes.
And then she's like, America is racist. And then they're like, yeah, they might be racist, but they're not like slave owner racist. like somebody that we...
Joke. Caught inside a moment of satire, she couldn't easily escape. The studio lights seemed even brighter as Gutfeld kept pressing the point. For years, Sunny had used identity and privilege as major weapons in political debates. But in that moment, the argument had turned right back on her. With the smirk, Gutfeld suggested that the revelation had taken some of the shine off Sunny's carefully built authority. If she had...
And my mother...
So a hush fell over the audience.
It was deeply disappointing.
Sunny, how does this change you, though? You mentioned your mom was upset and this was shocking and maybe deep down you kind of resisted it. How has this changed you, knowing what you're hearing now?
I think at first I was deeply disappointed.
The slave thing is a bummer.
It's a bummer.
I make fun of The View a lot, but that's only because they keep talking. Those hens are always clucking. They get to say stupid stuff for an hour every day, and then I get to say stupid stuff for an hour every day.
Criticized others over their family history. Would she still make the same arguments now that her own past was being questioned? The audience didn't need much time to process it. The punchline had already landed, and the message was clear. The room was still buzzing from Gutfeld's joke when Joe Rogan jumped in with an even sharper take. What started as a discussion about ancestry suddenly felt like something much bigger. A moment of uncomfortable reckoning played out right in front of the cameras. And just when the laughter started...
For more, we go to our chief Sunny Hostin correspondent for a reaction. She is shaming descendants of this. Will she continue to do that when she is now one of them, Dana? And it is funny. She is so wrapped up in identity, and she had no idea who she was.
Well, now we understand why she always makes Whoopi get the coffee.
Started to peak. Gutfeld came back with another punchline. Now we understand why she makes Whoopi get the coffee. It was absurd, theatrical, and sharp all at once. Suddenly, Sunny wasn't the one doing the accusing. She had become the center of the joke. Caught inside a moment of satire, she couldn't easily escape. The studio lights seemed even brighter as Gutfeld kept pressing the point. For years, Sunny had used identity and privilege as major weapons in political debates. But in that moment, the argument had...
I still believe in reparations, by the way, so y'all can stop texting me and emailing me and saying that I'm a white girl and that I don't deserve reparations. I still believe that...
Someone did that to you?
Yeah.
I don't know who sent her a thing telling her she was a white girl.
Okay, it's too much, people.
But clean off your television screen.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But maybe one day when we finally strip away this phony race war, it will finally expose this elite mentality. And we'll find out Sunny is just like Marie Antoinette, except she says, "Let me eat cake."
Turned right back on her. With the smirk, Gutfeld suggested that the revelation had taken some of the shine off Sunny's carefully built authority. If she had criticized others over their family history, would she still make the same arguments now that her own past was being questioned? The audience didn't need much time to process it.
Thing, and I would have even actually not give her any is she said, well, like, I guess that's just what, like, they did back then.
Yeah.
She should have followed that up with saying something along the lines of, and I understand that that's a departure from the way I've talked about this before. That was, like, to me, the one thing that was missing.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, okay, now that you have this information, have you had any personal growth? Do you think about things differently? You have to acknowledge that.
The punchline had already landed, and the message was clear. The room was still buzzing from Gutfeld's joke when Joe Rogan jumped in with an even sharper take. That one exchange was enough to set everything off. A daytime TV host who often made race a major part of the conversation was suddenly facing uncomfortable questions about her own family history. Gutfeld jumped on the moment, pointing to what...
I think Sunny is very intelligent, but she's ideologically captured.
Right.
You know, that's what I think the other ones, there's a couple of the other ones, don't have to name any names, who are just very dull-minded. But I think Sunny's not one of them. I think she's smart, but captured. And she's ideologically driven, and they have blinders on, for sure. I don't think Sunny's dumb. But Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person, and what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out. It's like if you had an idea for a premise and it was totally baked and half baked, and you went on stage with it and it's nothing.
Just
there.
go for it. Yeah,
there's nothing there.
He saw as a major contradiction. But this wasn't really just about ancestry or one awkward moment on television. It opened the door to something much bigger. Joe Rogan soon entered the conversation, and what started as a tense exchange quickly turned into a much louder and more personal media clash. Under the studio lights, Sunny looked